Welcome to Your Anime Senpais. I'm Richard.
And I'm John.
And John, today we're going to be watching and reacting to Season 4 of My Hero Academia, Episode 78. So, kind of refresh ourselves. Overhaul has been defeated now, confirmed. He's been put down by Deku. Yes, about time. That being said, however, while he's been put down, the League of Villains, they stopped his convoy, I guess, his transportation to prison or whatever.
Yeah.
They took away the syringes that takes away quirks, so now they have that in their possession. And while they were at it, they decided to, take away his. Oh well, they didn't take away his.
Did they disarm him? Is that?
Yeah, they just essentially, they disarmed him, so he can't really use his power anymore. So he's effectively just a normal guy without arms. Yeah. But yeah, it was kind of like rubbing salt in the wound for Overhaul. But in any case, that being said, our heroes are doing pretty good. Deku, he's recovering. Of course,
Fat
you had
Gum
Fat Gum, Lemillion, or I guess
Rocklock. Quite a few of other ones.
Yeah, everybody was kind of pretty much recovering. They did sustain quite a bit of injuries, but they all seemed to make it through. Lemillion, of course, is without his quirk, but otherwise he's doing fine. That being said, however, of course, Sir Night Eye did not make it. I guess those few minutes that Deku stopped him from getting to the hospital made a difference. But regardless, he did not make it. It was a very, very touching scene, actually. Him and All Might, they had some words with each other, I guess, to settle old score. Well, not really old scores, but they finally had that talk, that they really need to have. And it was a really, really touching scene, and it's gonna be hard without Sir Night Eye, but got to move on. Life continues on, so we'll see how our heroes have moved on with the situation. So let's get started. What? He's the one that makes portals, right?
Oh, yeah.
Have we seen him?
Not in a while, I thought.
Yeah.
How would you arrest somebody like that?
Well, I mean, they managed to take him down last season, I think, when they were rescuing Bakugo. Oh, just like that. Just like that. I feel like he was part of it, too. Like, I think he was the one that knocked him out, actually. Because he moved so fast. Oh, it's a double. I bet you. Right? It's twice.
We finally meet.
Oh, I guess not. It's twice. It's got to be twice. But why would they set this up? What?
No.
Okay. Why does that matter?
Is it a giant?
Oh, that man.
What? Oh. What?
Okay.
Time to go.
Was this the guy that was in Red Riot's flashback? One that kind of had his.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
Because he kind of talked like that.
It's true.
Yeah. Plus, Togata's there, so even if she does wake up, she'll at least see him. Ideally.
Uh,
Yeah, just let him go. Just let him go. Watch him open him like, hey! I told you.
Gotta be training.
Man, that's true, yeah. He's lost a lot.
Hmm.
That's right. Also true. Oh, oh man, he's gonna consider. Wow, that would be. That's nothing wrong with that though. You don't know that.
It's true.
He did ultimately take him down. I mean, yeah, he had help, but that doesn't matter because not every hero can work by themselves.
I mean, what if he would have let, Lemillion have all for one, or one for all earlier, and he'd have lost both?
Potentially.
He's really optimistic.
I mean, well, I think that was
Yeah.
part of it. But he's always been kind of the optimistic kind of guy, though. Anyways, I mean, he's gone through a lot throughout his life. And I think like this conversation is going to definitely help out Deku becoming a finer hero. What?
Oh.
Okay. Is that all right? I mean,
they did see quite a bit of stuff down in there.
I guess so.
That aura.
Right. Birthday 420. I just realized that. Okay.
Oh, that was quick.
Yeah.
Well, it lasted all day, I get, or the rest of the day, but still.
Probably. Did they just get back too? Hey.
Yeah.
You know, that's going to be strange because these four are probably the most experienced, I dare say, out of...
Like, yeah, of all the, like, I guess, in doing hero work, yeah.
Right.
Those guys.
Hey! Well, yeah. Ah. Ah, there you go. Right.
Have some cake.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can only do so much.
Is
What
his
was what
hair in
was
his eye?
eye? Oh, yeah. Don't push it.
You old or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say they still got to do the.
Wow. That seems like so long ago. They were still trying to get that done.
Mm-hmm. What was that? 8:30.
I think so.
For me, that's actually not early because that's about the time I go to bed. But I guess I'm an old guy, so whatever. Plus, I gotta go to work early in the mornings anyway, so. I wonder if those kids have like counselors or something that they can see because I'm sure this probably gave them like PTSD or something.
Yeah, it is kind of surprising because, I mean, a lot of times in shows like this, they're just going to kind of fight through it and
Right.
take those little words of inspiration and just kind of just deal with it.
Right. I feel like there's gonna be somebody on campus that's like gonna talk with them and.
I don't think any of them are going to sleep.
All right.
Oh, so now we're back to this.
I guess so. That's. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, so they actually did get him.
Hmm. Hmm. Wow.
Well, at least you know where he's at, though. That's the thing. So, technically speaking, you could go back there with.
I don't know if he was concealing himself so well. That's kind of
true.
crazy.
That is true.
Hmm.
But at least they know that he exists, and they can set up countermeasures.
Mm-hmm.
He just keeps pushing his buttons.
Ah.
At least it's not Endeavor. Oh. How do I do this? Okay.
Hmm.
He's like, I'm a third wheel.
All right then.
Nope. uh, too late. Oh, hey, yeah, forgot about him. He actually kind of reminds me of Lemillion in a sense. Like he's very upbeat.
Oh, it's the one that what's her name actually replaced last time.
Mm-hmm. I feel like him and Lemillion would get along so well. Jeez. Uh, what? Oh no, these are heroes, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they're the ones that were part of the previous test.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right. So with all that going on, what do you think of that episode?
I thought it was good. I mean, it's kind of just ending the last arc. Just kind of moving on to the new arc, which I can assume is going to be focusing on Todoroki and Bakugo at this point. And
yeah, it looks like we're definitely going back to school.
Yeah, and honestly,
events and things like that.
Yeah, and honestly, that's kind of, I guess, refreshing, just because there was just a lot of stuff that's been happening to Deku especially, but even just all the different kids. Just a lot of dramatic stuff, and it's just, I mean, they're still kids, really.
Yeah.
I mean, they may be provisional heroes, but they're just still kids. They still got a high school life that they got to go through, and just being kids.
Yeah, I mean they're heroes, and I like seeing them do their work. But whenever we spend that much time and go through so many serious things with them, I like to kind of take this moment, like we're going to hopefully be doing now, and go back and be reminded that they're kids and they're in school, and they have all these different relationships, and they're still learning. They're still learning how to process all this stuff.
Absolutely, and honestly, I feel like especially with those four that what they just went through. I mean, they're definitely going to need some downtime. Maybe talking with some counselors, and because I'm sure some of them's probably got if not all of them, some's got PTSD, and they. I mean, again, I know that they're going to be heroes. I get that, but they're still kids, and they need to learn how to process everything that they've gone through properly without, going crazy and things like that, and becoming villains. So, that being said, like I said, I feel like it's nice to have this kind of downtime and just let them relax. I mean, kind of based on the opening, it looks like they're going to have like a
school festival or
something like that.
Some kind of activities going on.
Yeah. I mean, assuming we get back to them. I mean, as I said, it looks like we're going to be focusing on Todoroki and Bakugo at this point. So
yeah.
Which and again, that may not be too bad because they've been off screen for pretty much this entire season. So, but I mean, just kind of go back to doing something a little bit more school related and seeing these kids kind of just being kids. So as I said, it was good. It's nice to see that Lemillion is taking Sir Night Eye's advice and smiling and really not even just Lemillion but Deku as well, because Deku is definitely the type that gets overly emotional and things like that.
He really lets stuff weigh down on him, and he dwells on it so much. Right,
and I think the valuable lesson that he's going to have to take away from this is that, bad things happen all the time, especially, as a hero, you're going to see a lot of it. But, you have to keep calm and, be, what do you call it? You got to be not necessarily steel-hearted, but, you got to, just be stoic, I guess. Try to be as because
I mean, you have to be mindful that everyone's watching you and they're looking to you on how to react to things and how if
you're like shaking and scared, and I'm not saying that's what Deku does, but like if you're like just being so like
if All Might were scared in this situation, all of a sudden you're like, oh, we're done.
Exactly.
So really they're learning how what they portray on others is going to affect how people see them and how they feel in those situations as well.
And they kind of learned that from the test too, because you had that one kid that was like, "What are you doing? I'm sitting here hurt and scared, and you're looking at me like with a concerned face, like you got to be smiling and happy or not happy, but you got to be comforting." And so I think that's probably the biggest thing that Deku's going to have to be learning throughout his entire character arc, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But how did you feel about the episode?
Yeah, I did think it was good. I really didn't know at first how to feel about it. Just it was a lot to process, and it was, like we were talking about the calm after this huge storm, and we're kind of getting ready for, school life, and I'm okay with how things were handled. They were handled properly. They gave us the conclusions we wanted for pretty much everything. They kind of even teased a little bit of stuff to come, and so it was actually really good. I wasn't going to say it's like epic because nothing epic happened. It was just it was just a really well written just story on how we transition from all that to a calm and going back to normal life, because they did have to. They showed their interaction with going to the police and telling their story and getting back with the rest of their dorm,
right? That
and
was
how
nice. That was nice.
they want to be portrayed to them, and how they want to how they interact with them, and it even showed how they were having trouble sleeping, even though they were like, oh well, I'm just kind of tired, so I'm gonna go to bed, and,
right?
And even though they it talks about how they were tired, they couldn't get to sleep. They were still processing things, so. I just like those little touches that they brought out in that episode. So it was really well done. But
I wonder if they're like, at least the four of them. I wonder if they're gonna have a point, or if they've already had the point maybe where they just kind of talk to each other and just like kind of talk about what happened. Because sometimes, like I know with so I recently watched a World War I documentary, and when the soldiers came back from war, like they weren't really the same. Like they when they would talk to other people that were not in the war, it was just like they couldn't really understand what they had gone through. So they kind of talked amongst themselves, so that it helped them, I guess, process everything. Because of course World War I was just a terrible affair, of course, and the things that those men saw were just horrific. But I guess with them talking to each other, they knew what each other had experienced, and having that person understand is vital. At least the way I understand it. And those four, they're in the same grade, they're about the same age, and if they talk with each other, like kind of comfort each other a little bit, then I think that would be a nice little thing for us to see. I mean, if they don't show it, I guess that's fine, but I think that would be very helpful.
Yeah, I mean, they all have different kind of backgrounds. They all had different amounts of experience with that whole, I guess, raid or battle that they went through. They had different, things, different levels of trauma they both, all experienced, and maybe different words of encouragement from their past that maybe they could pass on to each other.
And even like at least two of them so far we've seen kind of they've been kind of blaming themselves, like, oh, what could I've done to do this, or how or if only Lemillion had my power or something like that. You could tell like they're beating themselves up a little bit, but of course you can only do so much.
Yeah.
Right? So
I mean, and that might be the last part of the season, is learning that lesson, is you can only do so much.
But I feel like if they talk with each other, then like especially with Deku, like and what's her name, Uraka.
Yeah.
If they talk with each other, because they're the ones that seem to be beating themselves up the most. It's like they could see like, oh well, he or she is doing that too, and they can kind of see it from the outside in and be like, okay, I'm doing this. This is what I'm doing to myself too. So I really shouldn't be beating myself up about it, and they shouldn't be beating themselves up about it either. So, but even with Red Riot too, I'm sure he's probably kind of beating himself up over some things too.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm sure he'll push himself to even train even harder to the point where it's almost too much.
Right.
But it'll be one of those things where, it's because of what he went through, and he knows that he's not fully ready for everything out there. But he's also got to realize he's just a kid still. He's, He has a lot of room to grow. So
And it makes me wonder too now. So we've already seen these four. I'm sure Deku will probably experience more things just because I mean he's the main character. Let's face it, he's the main character. So, but I mean, what about all these other characters? You know, I mean I'm pretty much everybody except for Bakugo and Todoroki are the ones that have the licenses right now, right? So they can all find themselves in that situation or type of situation as well. So it'd be interesting to see how they deal with it, you know. And then eventually when Bakugo and Todoroki get their stuff, we'll see how they deal with it, and especially Bakugo because that's like he's volatile. So maybe he won't once he gets his provisional license, but I'm not gonna bet on that.
Yeah.
I feel like he's still gonna be a very volatile person because that's just the way he is. So, but any other final thoughts?
No, I think that's enough.
Yeah. All right. So, guys, what do you all think of this episode? And do you all think that Todoroki and or Bakugo are going to finally get the license? Maybe. We'll see. Let us know down in the comments below.
And if you enjoyed this reaction, like this video, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell beside to keep up with our channel. And check out down below, we do have info on our Patreon to full reactions that we have for this series and in the future other series. And we'll definitely see you in the next episode.